My name is Jillian Perrick, and I'm a lover of all things orange chocolate. Think One Tree Hill is way better than the OC. And as a person who stutters, I hope to one day inspire women with invisible disabilities to overcome their limiting beliefs and start the business of their dreams, just like I did. I'm a mindset coach specializing in imposter syndrome, helping women beat their inner imposter using neurolinguistic programming, hypnosis, and time techniques. And this is the From Imposter to Empowered podcast. This podcast is for you if you're an entrepreneurial woman trying to navigate the online space with a lot of passion and a lot of uncertainty. If you feel like your ideas are unoriginal, that your message isn't necessary or important, or like you're a complete and total fraud, then you've come to the right place. This podcast will take you from imposter to empowered with ninja-like brain hacks, easy to implement strategies, and uplifting real talk to make you feel like everything you want is in reach. Let's get started, girlfriend. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the pod. As always, this episode is sponsored by the Lazy Entrepreneur's Morning Routine, which is the journal/planner of your dreams. On the left side, you have your planner with your tasks for the day, your to-do list, your appointments, your gratitudes. And then on the right side, I have made 182 journal prompts for you to get deep on those limiting beliefs or the subconscious blocks that are holding you back from success. And this journal/planner was created because I wanted to revolutionize the morning routine, and you can stop lugging around your planner and your journal at the same time. You can stop wondering about what the hell you're going to journal about today. This journal will solve all of your problems when it comes to that, and it is so easy to implement into your morning routine, and people love it. One of my clients, Rachel, that was the first thing she purchased from me, and then she ended up coming into my mini mindset mastermind, and it's just a really great tool for you to have in your mornings, especially if you're committing to the inner work right now. I know that 2020 is the year that we prioritize our entrepreneurial mindset, because we all know that if our mindset isn't on point, then our business is going to suffer. So you can grab that at the link in my show notes, and you can get $10 off with the code BOSSBETCH. And I can't wait to see you guys journaling in it and having an amazing morning routine that is quick and efficient, but also really thorough on understanding your thoughts and emotions so you can prime your mindset for success every single day. So today's topic is all about coaching, because the majority of people who come to me are coaches, and they always have an issue with being the guiding force for their clients. Now, as a coach, you are supposed to be a guiding force. You are supposed to ask powerful questions. You are supposed to be that guiding light to help people through what they're dealing with, but you never want to feel like you are in charge of their results, because that is a recipe for you thinking that you are kind of in control of the results that your clients get. And if your clients don't get results, then you blame yourself. And that is just a recipe for disaster when it comes to imposter syndrome. You will think that you're not good enough, that your work isn't good enough, and that may result in you procrastinating or lowering your prices or revamping your coaching programs. And nobody wants that. I mean, these things are all necessary in the grand scheme of things, but if you are being affected by every client that doesn't do what you're telling them to do, then it can pretty much wreak havoc on your business. And that's what I wanted to lead with today, and really just like get right to the point of it. Is coaching is a do with, not a do to process. So you may be feeling insecure and unsure if coaching is for you, because you're constantly trying to impress and prove your worth, and you don't feel good enough. So for example, I actually just told a client this recently. I had created a whole online course for one of my programs. It's called Unsure to Untamed, which is amazing, and I love it so much. And it's basically my one-to-one program. And when I created it, I really didn't feel like, again, worthy of my prices. I didn't feel like I'd be able to sell it properly. I was able to get 2 people in it, which is amazing, at the lower tier, and now it's higher. But essentially, I created a whole online course because I truly didn't believe that people would want to work with me one-on-one and just pay that price for the face-to-face calls and the access to me, the messaging access to me. I truly didn't believe in myself. So I created a whole online course and decided that as long as I can put my value into the online course, it is going to be more valuable to people, because I'm not good enough if I just tried to pitch my sessions and messaging access. And this goes back to, again, feeling not good enough and feeling like you have to overcompensate and give too much value. And also because I was coming from more of a teaching standpoint than I was in terms of a doing with standpoint. So again, coaching is more a do with process. You're not supposed to tell people what to do. You're not supposed to technically give them advice. You're supposed to help them find the answers that are already within themselves. And that's something that's really solidified in neuro-linguistic programming. It's not here's how you help your clients do X, Y, and Z by telling them how to do it. You're doing this process with them. You're asking really powerful in-depth questions, because we all have the answers inside of us. We just need that guidance pulling the answers out of us. So have you ever read a book, or has somebody ever asked you a question and it completely changed your perspective on things? Even though you were answering the question, it just changed how you thought about everything that you used to think. And this is an example of a do with process. Again, coaching is not for you to sit there and tell them what to do. That's called consulting. And when I started my business, I was a coaching and consulting business, and I had no idea what the fuck consulting was. I remember asking one of my classmates, hey, so consulting, what do you do? And he kind of looked at me like, what? I felt really dumb. But again, if you're in the business of giving people advice and doing that, you're more of a consulting rather than actually coaching people and guiding them with powerful questions and asking questions that help them, rather than telling them this is what you should be doing. Of course, there's times where you can lead them in the right direction, or if they ask you what's your opinion on this, but I always ask how does this feel to you? Because if it doesn't feel aligned, then why the fuck are you doing it? And if your answer is just to make money, well, that's going to work for a little while, but at the end of the day, if you're not aligned with your passion or what you truly want to be doing, then it's not going to feel right. I'm going to go into an episode about that when I talk about being uninspired, but that's a whole other podcast episode. And I just wanted to be short and sweet because I wanted to get this point across. I know that a lot of people, especially myself, have felt like if I don't have all the answers for somebody, I'm not a good coach. If I can't help them get the results that they need, I'm not a good coach. But again, if your client isn't engaged or isn't invested, I had this one client who had a lot of money mindset issues, and it really stopped her from really engaging with the course, and it frustrated me because for months after I felt like a really incompetent coach when the reality was she just wasn't ready for doing this kind of work because she was so consumed with her issues around her own money story, and that just really killed me because I really wanted to be able to give this woman results and I wasn't able to. And that is when we go down the garden path of not being good enough and not being able to fulfill what our ego really wants, which our ego just is similar to our inner child. Our ego just wants to be satisfied and feel like we're important and feel like we're on the right path, because imposter syndrome can make you feel like you're not on the right path and that maybe coaching isn't for you if you don't enjoy doing it. But it's not that you don't enjoy doing it, it's just that you're trying too hard to be the person with authority rather than the person who is walking alongside of your client. And yes, you need to be a leader in the online space. You need to promote that leadership and have people be able to trust you and see you as somebody who they can learn from, but you're not better than any of your clients. You're not better than anybody else. And an example that's coming to my mind is thinking about before I used to think people with a lower follower count, I was more successful than them, but that's not the case at all. It's fucking Instagram. It has nothing to do with how qualified somebody is. Unfortunately, because we can see the numbers, though, we take that as an authority position. But at the end of at the end of the day, coaching is a do with process. We are walking alongside our clients, asking them powerful questions to guide them throughout this route of life. And we are not there to tell them which route to take. We can just guide them, again, ask powerful questions and be that leader for them, but essentially promote the feeling in them that they have the answers for themselves, and that means that they will be more self-sufficient and won't need as much hand-holding, and they will amaze you when that is the route you begin to take. And you also will feel more confident in yourself because you are empowering them with the tools that you have learned and are teaching to them. You're empowering them to make their own decisions and to be their own people. And that is when they see the best results. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. Don't forget to check out the Lazy Entrepreneur's Morning Routine at the link in my show notes. Can't wait for you to get your paws on that baby. And I will talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for listening to the From Imposter to Empowered podcast with me, Jillian Perrick. If you loved this episode, take a screenshot and share it on your Instagram story. And don't forget to tag me at Your Coach Jill. Of course, I'd love for you to rate the podcast 5 stars and leave a review. And if you screenshot your review and send it to me at Your Coach Jill on Instagram, I'll send you a free gift. At the very least, make sure you follow me on Instagram, again, at Your Coach Jill, for tons of free content, strategies, and inspo. See you next time.